Back on this motherfucker once again, live. Ain't no rehearsal, ain't no scripts over here, man. We just talking all that real life shit. That's it. Good morning, you motherfuckers. I hope you're doing well. Holy shit. We already 1 week deep into 23. 1 week. Wow. How did that first week go for you? Right? New year, new me. We've been doing some new shit, new habits, new thoughts. Right? New experiences yet? Anybody chalking up some wins? Right? Believing in themselves differently this year than they did last year? Or we just still kind of like, fuck it, man. Fuck it. Fuck it. I don't got to do shit. I'm good. I'm good. Why I got to worry about all the other bullshit? Why would I want to improve any part of my life? I'm old. I'm in my 30s. I'm old. I'm in my 40s. I'm old. I'm in my 50s. I just hope everybody is having a wonderful, beautiful day of life, right? It's such a gift, right? It's such a gift of life. I think back to how I can imagine the whole nation, right? Seeing this athlete pass out. Monday Night Football, holy shit. We try to watch athletes perform, and this dude falling out. He's falling out. And everybody got freaked out, right? Everybody's like, whoa, what the fuck? I've been talking to you guys, man. I've been talking about this shit, right? Life is so precious, ain't it? Life is so precious, right? That you almost have to embrace death, right? Embrace that shit because you just don't know, man. You don't know if this is the year. Is 23 the year that you gonna die? That's morbid. It's hella morbid. But you see Monday Night Football, a peak athlete, multi-million-dollar professional athlete, passing the fuck out, cardiac arrest in front of the world, in front of all the fanatics out there, right? And everybody freaked out. Everybody's been posting up what? Thoughts and prayers. And now you're giving the updates, right? The medical updates on this young professional multimillionaire, right? Making sure that everybody knows that you care, that you give a shit. And what's so crazy is, you know what? You put all that energy, right? All that energy into saying, I give a shit. I give a shit about this young man. I care. I'm thinking about him. I'm praying for him. I'm praying for his recovery. There's no way this man could die, right? But then do you look in your own mirror? Do you put that type of energy in your own life? Serious. You're thinking, you're praying about this young man, his family, like what's going to happen to his family if he dies. He probably got a wife, he probably got kids, right? What are they going to do with all those millions? And you pray for these folks with sincerity. I know you do it with sincerity. But do you truly even value your own life? Do you pray for yourself like that? Right? Do you value and cherish your own possibilities today? There's some people that don't want to see you pass the fuck out, cardiac arrest. Right? There's some people that don't want to see you just fucking death spiral into a state of depression and anxiety, complacency, right? Just letting your life go like if it don't matter, like if your life is less important than that, guys. And that's the truth to this whole thing, is that your life matters just as much as anybody else on this planet. You're just as important as the president of the United States, as the motherfucker that's homeless right now. And everybody has an opportunity, has possibilities today to do something spectacular, to do something special. But why won't you? Why won't you? Because you got this, I can't do it. I've always wanted to be a professional athlete, but I can't be a professional athlete. Look at me. I'm 30. I'm 40. Okay, great. Right? I ain't never salsa danced. But should I just sit here and tell myself I can't salsa dance? There's a solution to that, ain't there? I ain't never salsa danced. And I can see you and say, I just can't salsa dance. If someone was to ask me, hey, can you salsa dance? I'm going to say, I cannot salsa dance. But here's the trick. I could learn. I could learn how to salsa dance. I might look like a dumbass the first few go-rounds, but that's okay. It's okay to look stupid. It's okay to be a beginner at shit. And we don't want to give ourselves that chance. Right? If you're someone that's just let it go, right? You've never been a gym rat. You've never been sort of an athlete or someone that cares about being in shape. Well, I just can't do it. I just don't like the gym. I just can't get in shape. All this extra weight, I can't do it. I just got to settle. This is my life. That's bullshit. And you know it is. Tell yourself why. Why can't you get yourself back in shape or put yourself in a state of shape that you've never been in, right? From this point forward, why couldn't you do it? Why couldn't you give yourself a chance? Is it going to be easy? Is it just going to happen? Or are you going to be fucking over there deadlifting 500, pressing fucking 225 first fucking day? No. You got to earn it. You got to earn the weight. Are you going to feel insecure? Yes. If you go into a place that people are over there, especially the ones that are disciplined, especially the ones that show up for themselves week in, week out, day after day, are you going to feel insecure carrying around all that extra weight in the gym? Of course you are. You already know you are. But why are you afraid? Right? You worried about what these people are going to think about you? That's what's holding you back? You worried about what they going to think about you? You worried about what I'm going to think about you, right? When I'm over there deadlifting 500 and I see you barely picking up, 10-pound curls, right? Do you really give a shit what I think? That's what's holding most people back, right? You worried about what other people think. You worried about what you think. That's the biggest problem. It's what you think. And the fact that you think other people care is funny. It's funnier than fuck, man, that we get so caught up on what we think other people think. And at the end of the day, they ain't thinking about you. Yeah, they're going to see you. Yeah, they're going to see you as the person that's out of shape at the gym. But hey, I'd rather see you as a person out of shape at the gym than just seeing you post up all this fucking toxicity, negativity, hemming and hawing about how your life sucks and how depressed you are and how you don't know how to handle and emotionally regulate yourself like a little child, right? Because it is the child inside of you. Do you realize that? The one that cries out and posts up all the private bullshit about your life and how you can't emotionally regulate. You don't know how to deal with it. You can't cope with the pain. You can't cope with the loss. You can't cope with all that life does to you with the gas prices, the food prices, the stresses of life. You can't handle it. That's the little child inside of you, right? And there's a story behind all that, right? And the thing is you're not helpless. Because there's an adult and there's a parent inside of you that needs to step the fuck up and take care of that little child, right? Because you're still looking, the little child is the one that's putting everything out there in the universe. And it's like, you're the answer to all your fucking problems. You realize this, right? Do you realize this? You got to ask yourself these questions, man. These are deep questions, deep thoughts to have with yourself, conversations to have with yourself. Because only you know the answers, right? I understand the process of what it takes to truly get to your truth, break past this shit, right? I put this program out there every single day, 5 steps, mindfulness every morning, man, affirmation, straight to affirmations in the morning, checking those first thoughts, right? Whether I came out of a bad dream, a good dream, a wet dream, whatever kind of fucking dream I had, I'm checking them thoughts and I'm saying, you know what? I love myself. I care about myself. I'm healthy. I'm wealthy. I'm loved. I'm happy. I'm peaceful. I'm grateful, right? And I can just be grateful for so much. And you can too, right? Sure, you got lost. We all do. Sure, you got pain. We all do, right? But there's still gratitude in the fact that you got life, right? If you were someone that was stirred up by seeing this man fall, right? Going flatline, right? Coming back from the dead, right? Here he is now. We're all singing hallelujah, right? But what about your own life? Some of you have literally, in a spiritual sense, have gone into cardiac arrest spiritually, and you're not living no more, right? Sure, you're going in and punching a clock. Sure, you're sucking on the fucking government's tit, right? Getting them handouts and feeling like, you know what, that's as good as it's gonna get. Totally dependent, totally reliant on something else because you don't believe in yourself. When this country is this is the greatest opportunity, right? And I know you all hear about this, right? For you to create your own dreams, for you to create your own sense of dignity and wealth and prosperity. But it starts with what? Your mind. What do you believe? I just can't do it. I just can't go back to school. I got kids and I'm married and there's just no time to do it. Well, you're right. There's no time to do it if you tell yourself there's no time to do it. But see, that's the thing. We got three types of people, right? People that watch things happen, people that wait for things happen, and motherfuckers that make things happen. And I'm looking for those people. The motherfuckers that want to make some shit happen. And they're tired of just waiting and watching shit happen. There's three simple categories out here, right? You're going to sit around and just wait. You waiting for the lotto to strike. You waiting for something, for God to return. What are you waiting on? Right? You watching other motherfuckers put in the work. You watching what it is to be a multi-millionaire fucking athlete, right? To be a multi-millionaire fucking star, reality TV show, right? You just watching these people, watching entertainers, right? Or are you ready to make yourself into something? You got a gift. You've got a gift. I believe it. I believe in you more than you believe in you. And that's the big problem, right? Nothing's going to change until you really start to believe in yourself, right? And a lot of us, we have these old programs, right? From poverty mindset, from whatever our upbringing was that holds us back, that says we're not worthy. I just can't do it because I'm not as good as them. Well, they're rich and famous because, you know, XYZ. Man, most of these motherfuckers, if you really knew their stories, right, you just see them with the cars and the jewelry and the entertainment and the performances. But if you really knew their story to success, holy shit, that would inspire you. If you got a pulse, these stories should inspire you because most people, right? Most people don't just wake up fucking silver spoons, right? Just wake up with a trust. Yeah, there is a large proportion of people that got that, right? That got the leg up, right? Got the advantage. But most of those motherfuckers squander that shit, right? The little fucking rich kids, most of them squander it. Most of them don't know how to build, right? Because they got handed it. But the real hustlers, the real fucking savages out there, they started from the dirt. The people I'm talking to, you're in the dirt, right? And it's realizing that being in the dirt is the right type of soil for you to grow and to be prosperous. But yet so many of us, we allow for our thoughts to hold us back. We allow for relationships that we're in to hold us back because we got things called enmeshment. You guys know what enmeshment is, right? When you're in a relationship and you don't have a sense of independence and a self-identity, right? You're so-and-so's wife, you're so-and-so's husband, you're so-and-so's partner, right? And you stop doing all the things you love to do because of so-and-so. Because now your whole life needs to be what? Spent doing time with them. And it's like, that's not healthy. That's not the way it should be, right? We really need to, even in our most intimate relationships, allow ourselves time, space to still cultivate the gifts that we have in each and every one of us. And there are times where two come together and they're like a power couple, a dynamic duo, right? and they're firing each other up. But most times that's not the case. Most of y'all in relationships, you're holding each other back. You're complacent. You're not even living in true partnership where you guys are both contributing to household chores, contributing to cooking, right? Contributing to making a living, hustling, grinding, lifting each other up, encouraging each other. Because if you truly were that, right, then you would be cheering on your partner to say, hey, what I know you got a gift and I'm gonna fucking let's get it. Go get it. Go get it. And if that means time away from the family, time away from the kids, not in a selfish way, but like in a sacrificial way, saying, look, I get it. For you to be able to help elevate this household, you got to step away and go and develop this gift. Go back to school, put in that time, make that sacrifice. But guess what? It's all because we have a shared vision. We have shared goals. Most people don't have that. Their shared vision and shared goals is getting off of work and what the fuck's for dinner and, let's get high, let's get drunk. Let's get back to the weekend. I'm fucking right. What's coming in the mail and Amazon? More bullshit we don't even need, right? But it makes us feel like, yay, life is great. Let's go out and eat once a week, right? Let's go out and eat, we're going to go eat at fucking Outback. Look at us. I seen some dude the other day posted pictures of fucking waffles and bacon and bullshit. Winning, man, winning. I'm winning. It's like, dude, that's winning. Eating bullshit that's like from a chain fucking restaurant, right? That's winning in 23. Come on now. That's not winning. That's losing. If the best that you could celebrate is posting a picture of some fucking waffles and bacon and eggs, God, there's got to be more to your life than that. And I know that I come with some really fucking direct talk, right? That shames some of you, right? A lot of you can't handle this shit because you feel ashamed. You're ashamed of the fact that you find yourself living a life that is mediocre at best. Mediocre at best. Let's be honest, right? You got a mediocre fucking life, a mediocre existence. And guess what? That's what you've created. It's so easy to just fall into the fucking pattern, fall into the routines, right? Of what everyone else is doing, right? What's everyone else doing on Sunday? Yeah, okay, you wake up, you do breakfast, you do church, you do sports the rest of the fucking day, and back to the fucking grind. Back to the grind. That's typical. And in the typical, you could elevate, right? Because you could eat healthier, right? That meal could really have some thoughts of saying, you know what? What's real health? What's real nutrition, right? Cutting the oil, cutting the bullshit, right? If you need time for spirituality, you could go to church, man, if that's what does it for you, right? But then beyond that, what happens beyond that? Where does even the spirituality, does it get checked at the door? I like to challenge most motherfuckers that hit church, right? Okay, so there you are at church. I know that they sing songs together. I know that, there's a word and someone's preaching and all that, right? If you were to play a video of yourself, right? Here you are in church, and then here you are 4 hours later watching your team play, right? Which one of those is more emotionally passionate? Right? Which one of those videos, right, would we be seeing a passionate, really just fired up person? Is it the guy or gal at church, right? Supposed to be worshiping the creator of all creators, the Lord of all lords, the King of kings? Or is it these sucker ass motherfuckers, millionaires running up and down the fucking grassy fields with balls of air? Right? Which one are you more passionate about if we were to play videos of both of those? And you already know the answer, right? Which then calls into question a lot of shit. If you're honest with yourself, right? Where is your true beliefs in, right? Do you put more stock in a team than you do in your own faith, than your own existence? Of course you do, right? Because it's easy. That's externalizing, saying, hey, I'm going to put my emotional fucking stock in whether or not this team wins or loses. We wear it. You guys wear it all the time, man. If you're a fucking fanatic and you're wearing all the team shit, you've already told yourself that you're a part of the team. Nothing could be farther from the truth. You are not a part of the team. That's a psychological fuckery, really. I mean, it's a psychological condition, to be honest with you, for you to think that you're a part of a team by being a fan. Being a fan is not being a part of a team, right? Showing up, collecting a paycheck, going to practice, playing the games, winning the games, losing the games, winning the championships, losing the championships, right? Making a mistake, dropping the ball, losing the game, all of that. That's being a part of the team. I mean, even the fucking water boy can truly say he's a part of the team. He's running back and forth, giving the players a sip of fucking Gatorade or water. You ain't even on that. What you think? Do you think anybody that's a part of the team has to pay the ticket to watch? They don't got to pay to watch. They're on the team. They get paid to be there. Whether they're the water boy, the locker room attendant, even the administrative people, right? They got marketing people, business people on the other side, the back end of the business, right? Ticket sales, concession. Even the concession folks get to say they're a part of the fucking team. You paying $20 a brewski. You paying $15 a hot dog, right? You paying $300 for a ducket to sit in the fucking nosebleeds and cheer for the team, right? Or you just sitting at home and it's all what? A waste of time. It's all burning your fucking valuable time and energy every single day. Because again, I get back to this whole mindset. This young man, multimillionaire, right? Drops dead, right? Thank goodness for lifesavers, right? First responders for coming to his aid and bringing his ass back, getting that heart back on. But y'all just like, oh my God, thoughts and prayers, post all this shit, thoughts and prayers. And like, here's your own life, right? Your own life is invisible. Your own life is acting as if it's not as important as his, right? That somehow the world isn't going to be the same if that football player doesn't step on the field. Well, guess what? If you think that, the same is true with you. The world is not the same if you do not actually step up to this game called life, to truly finding what your purpose is in this world, to truly developing the greatest gifts that you have inside of you, and then ultimately, if you're called to do it, to share it with others, right? That's what keeps me getting back on here. I'm not rehearsed. There's no script. I laugh at motherfuckers I see. They're trying to read they've written down what to say. It's bland. You guys know this. When you're listening to somebody that has to rehearse and read a fucking script, right? It's not as powerful as someone that's just speaking from their heart, right? And that's where I'm coming from today. It's because I care. I care about you motherfuckers that are out there. I know I reach a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people that I reach, right? That you don't always identify. You don't always smash the like button. You don't always comment, but I know that I know you are there, and I can feel that I have your ear. And the reason why is because this message is very refreshing. It's hard to digest. I always said that. I always said it's gonna be hard to digest. It's like a big ass fucking horse pill. Not everybody can handle them big ass fucking horse pills and fucking Motrin 800s, right? This one's like a Motrin 2000. It's a big ass fucking pill to swallow because it's truth, right? And the reason why I can speak with so much conviction is because I know what it took for me to get from this fucking mindset, right? Where I was just going around just drunk, right? Just trying to numb my pain, numb my sorrows, right? Licking my wounds everywhere I went, victim fucking mindset, to saying, you know what? There's something better inside of me, right? Than just being a drunk motherfucker, right? Just getting high every day, numbing the pain. There's something greater inside of me. And yet I'm on this journey, right? It's a hero's journey. I know what it is, guys. I know what it is to lose everything. When I was in my 20s, I was running the What's Your Signs promotional products company in San Clemente, California. I just got out of the military. And I was crushing life. My worst months, I was making 20 grand a month. My best months, it was double that. And I was in my 20s, right? And I lose it all, right? 08, 09 happened, economic collapse. I lose it all. I had a fucking beautiful home with a pool in the backyard, ocean views, right? Living the fucking dream. You know, small town kid growing up in Santa Fe, New Mexico, making it big in Southern California, North San Diego County, kicking ass, taking names, kicking ass so fucking much that I couldn't even take the fucking names. I didn't have time to write down the names. I'd kick ass so much. Working, hustle. And then poof, it's all gone. So I had to fucking restart my whole entire life. So I know what it is to be successful. I know what it is to be on my own, to be my own boss. And I know what it is to be successful within organizations, right? Building an award-winning national program at Santa Fe Community College, right? And not only building a program that serves others and their families, right? Veterans in particular, at a very high level, but even in my own journey, right? 3 college degrees. Is it all about college? No. But I know that my college education will never hurt me. Ain't nobody ever going to look at me and say, well, shit, man, we're really not sure if we should hire you because you got fucking 3 college degrees. You got a master's in business administration. I don't know. That's kind of a rough one. We're not sure if you're really full of leadership. You know, the education's never going to hurt me, right? It's not necessary for a lot of people, but there are a lot of trades, right? Especially at the community college levels. There's so many skills. There's so many skills that could really help to elevate your financial situation. But again, you gotta have a willingness to go back and to learn. Most adults, I just can't do it because of why? Because this, that, hem-ha, this, that, bullshit. That's what it all boils down to, right? You don't got time for it, right? Okay, you don't got time for it. You're right. You don't got time for it because it's not important. Or even if it was important, if you're going to keep telling yourself you don't got time, it's just because you're not going to make the time. And you get to do both, right? You get to sit there and continue to say you don't got time to do something new. You don't got time to go back to school. You don't got time to learn a new skill that could truly enhance your value in the marketplace, right? And that will be the continuation of your life. Living mediocre, right? Or you could say, I could try it, right? I could give myself 1 semester of learning this new skill, seeing what it means to me, right? I could go and take a career interest assessment to truly figure out what the fuck I'm passionate about and what opportunities there are in this world to monetize the things I'm passionate about. Because at the end of the day, so many people, right, we've been sold a lie, right? Start at the bottom, work your way up. Well, most people that start at the bottom, they stay at the bottom. Right? Ain't that the truth? Most people that start at the bottom, they stay at the bottom because they got a poverty mindset, right? It's one thing to say, you know what, I'll humble myself out, but my ambition, my goals, and I will not settle for less to see growth, to see new opportunities. Very few people walk into an employment situation and say, okay, if I start here, what opportunities are there for me? And I know this because I've interviewed and hired a lot of people over the years. And very few of those people have questioned, right? What are the future opportunities? It's like usually about 1 in 10, 1 in 20 people. It's not a lot that actually want to know what's next steps. What goes beyond this? If I start here, where do I get to go next? Right? What kind of advancement opportunities are there? And you need to know this shit, right? Unless you're just looking for a job, that breaks my heart. When I see people literally just posting, is anybody hiring? with like no definition of what the fuck they want to do. That just like you're just that hard up. You'll do anything. I've been there. I have been in the I'll do anything mindset, right? It was coming off of this loss here and having to step away from a good career in an industry that didn't align with my values, right? Working in the alcohol beverage industry. And I had to step away. It didn't align with the things that matter to me, right? Being someone that said 10 years ago, coming off of that, saying, I can't do alcohol no more, right? I ain't judging nobody that is a responsible adult, right? Knows what it is to have a drink or two and then just chill. I'm not that person. I'm a drunk motherfucker, right? One is too many and 1,000's never enough. And I can never check my drinking. I can never control the alcohol in me. Once I got going, boom, man, it was like fucking blackout type drinking. Even if I was by myself in a house, I just fucking pass the fuck out. And so I knew that I had to just totally break up with that vice, because all I was doing was what? Numbing pain instead of what? Healing the pain. That's the difference. If you're caught up on some vices, whether it's overeating, over drinking, getting high, right? There's a pain underneath all that, right? And you're numbing it. It's self-medicating habits, right? Because there's healing that needs to happen, and it's not going to happen at the bottom of a bottle. It's not going to happen after taking a big old rip or eating a bunch of fucking gummies, right? Or eating a bunch of food that's just full of bullshit, right? You're not going to find peace there. You're definitely not going to find healing through those activities. And it's not until you're at the point where you're like fed up. You're fed up that you know something is better. You know you are better. You know something is greater inside of you. And for whatever reason, you're masking it. Because why? I just can't do it. I just can't stop drinking. I just can't, sign up for a reality show to share my gift with the world, right? Has anybody ever thought of that? If you've ever been someone that like you see these shows, these reality shows where there's like singers or different talents, right? Even the people that have to be survival type people. There's all these shows nowadays that a lot of people, you sit there and you watch these other people and you say, man, I wish I could do that. Well, why don't you? Don't just wish you could do it. Go make it fucking happen. There's a reason why you have that thought in your head. And yet you have to find the strength and the courage to overcome it. It takes courage to break free from complacency. It takes courage to change the trajectory of your life, right? If you're headed or just sitting at the bottom of a pit, miserable, sad, unfulfilled, right? Because you've settled your whole life and you feel that now you can't ever really switch up, it's all lies, right? It don't matter if you have fucking 20 kids, 10 kids, 5 kids, and 4 husbands or wives, right? You can still write a new story from here on out. But that doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It's going to take discipline. It's going to be taking an opportunity to accept failure. And knowing that when the failures come, that doesn't define you as a failure, right? It's feedback for you to learn and grow, right? I seen someone that posted yesterday on kind of a motivational site. He's like, at what point of trying something and things just not going the way you want, at what point is it okay to just step away and say, you know what, this just isn't working? And the motivator said, his response was, there's never a point. I don't know about that. Because, again, there's a lot of people that truly subscribe to burn the fucking bridge, burn the ships, burn the boats, right? I was listening to some motivational stuff this morning, and Arnold Schwarzenegger said the same thing. Like when he moved to America and he wanted to become Mr. Olympia and become a Hollywood actor with his, back then, actors were, kind of like slender, men. And here he is, Mr. fucking Universe, Mr. Olympia, and has a heavy, heavy, heavy European accent. To think that he could be a leading man, everybody said that's impossible. It's impossible. You're crazy. Right. And he always said that he didn't ever give a fuck. He had his dream. He never had plan B. It was always plan A. Right. It was always plan A. He never gave himself a way out. He said every rep added up. Right. Every acting, coaching lesson added up to getting him to his goals, and that he just continued to believe in himself so relentlessly that he never gave himself an opportunity to doubt and to give up, to tap the fuck out. And a lot of people, you won't even give yourself an option to start down that journey of believing in yourself, of seeing who you can become, who you are. No one knows who they are, right? No one knows who they are until they become it. And then it blows them the fuck away, right? We all have that sense of feeling like a fraud, right? Of feeling like inauthentic until we truly become it. And it's like, if you have financial goals where it's like, I want to be, a millionaire, a lot of people say. Well, acquiring $1 million in wealth is one thing, but it's what do you become in the process of that, right? It's what do you become? And you do become something better than you are now in the process of any goal that you're set out to do. Because most of us are not already ready made. Right? If you want to open up a bakery, you want to open up a restaurant, right? You want to open up a food truck, you want to open up a salon, you want to open up a studio, you want to open up an e-commerce store, you want to start a brand, whatever it is, most of us aren't ready-made, meaning we're already at the fullness of what it would take to be successful in any of those areas of life. And because we're not already there, because we haven't experienced what it is to have some setbacks, what it is to learn how to truly communicate and connect with whoever our potential clients are, our customers are, that having the vision, having the dream is step one, but then taking action on it and then learning the process, the journey, right? Developing yourself into a successful XYZ, whatever that area is. And never having doubt to say, why in the fuck am I doing this? Unless you are in a boat, in a situation where you're just like earning a paycheck, right? Knowing that it's never going to truly amount to anything. If you continue down the path where you're miserable, you're working for someone else, and it doesn't truly lead to your inner desires for prosperity, for wealth, for freedom, right? Then that's one of the greatest forms of suffering in this world as a human being, is to continue doing something that is not what you truly wish you could do. And here's how you measure that. I heard this yesterday, and I mentioned it before. If you knew that you had 1 week to live, right? What would you do for this next week? Week 2 of 23, right? The second week of 23, what would you do this next week? If you knew that you had 1 week to live, what would you do? See, people that are truly living their best lives, right? They wouldn't change shit. They would keep doing the exact same thing if they knew they had 1 week to live. But people that are not living their best lives, they would change everything. Well, I'm not going to go to work no more. I'm going to fucking go and travel, or I'm going to go spend this money, or I'm going to go do this experience, right? Because usually, connecting with family and friends, even if you didn't have a fucking will, the will and the family and friends, that takes maybe half a day to knock that shit out. But then it's like, what are you going to do with the rest of your time? And if you truly sit down and write this out, or even just think it out, if I had 1 week to live, if you're having to change up everything and part of it's not going back to work, right? That tells me, and it should tell you, right, that you're not doing what you truly desire, what you truly love, what you truly wish you could do. Because whatever that thing is that you would want to do, that's the real fucking gift. That's the real purpose, right? And I'm grateful in this moment that there's very few things that I would change. I told you guys, if I had a week to live, man, I would put so much of this content out there, right? To give, I would try and squeeze out every thought, everything I could actually capture, because this matters. This will transcend me. The message of life, real life shit, right? I would hit yoga, right? Because that's an incredible experience in this life, right? I'd hit them hot springs. I don't know if I'd hit the gym so much, right? Because the gym, I don't know, do I need to maintain the physique? I know I wouldn't just let my diet go to shit. I'd eat the same healthy food I've been eating. So I wouldn't change up. I wouldn't be like, oh, fuck, I've been a vegan for 2.5 years. I only got 1 week to live. I need to get some lobster in me. I need to get the fucking tomahawk steak. I need to get all these delicacies. I wouldn't give two shits about that. I would just maintain healthy nutrition, right? Because even if I was to switch up, fuck, my stomach would be so fucked for the last week that would be miserable. So there's very few things that I would do. And I probably wouldn't even be worried about going places, right? I would appreciate the places I've been, the experiences I've done, knowing that, man, I had a lot of opportunities to live life at the fullest, right? And I didn't squander times like now, today, right? And I know that even if I never have done any salsa dancing, right, I wouldn't just sit here and say, I just can't do it. I would watch a YouTube video, right? If it mattered to me, I would learn. I would sign up for some classes. I would learn the things that I knew would actually take away my excuses, right? Are you willing to do the same thing? Are you willing to actually look at life, look at what you're telling yourself you can't do, right? And it's because why? You want it to be easy? You're waiting for them to come up with the pill that you swallow, right? That when you wake up in the morning, you've lost 20 pounds and you have a six-pack, right? All the flab is gone. You want the pill, right? Or you're waiting until you have the money to get the surgeries, right? Instead of saying, no, today's the day. I need to switch up my nutrition and not do it in a way that's a diet that makes you suffer more, right? There is a lot of healthy nutritional options that do not create suffering in your mind. It's not just looked at as a diet. It's changing up healthy habits, healthier cooking, healthier ingredients, right? Whole food stuff, right? That's where the minerals are. That's where the vitamins are, and the veggies, not in the frozen foods, right? Not in the fucking drive-through dumpsters. And yet we all want the quick and easy, and it just doesn't work that way. And that's why you say, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't go to the gym. I just can't eat healthier. I just can't, it's because of I'm born in this family and all my family's unhealthy and they all look this way. How am I going to switch up? At the end of the day, that's all bullshit. I have an X-ray tech license. It's not active, but when I was in the military, I got my X-ray tech license. Every fucking person that I ever shot an X-ray on, the bones all look the same. The skeletons all look the same. There ain't fat skeletons and skinny skeletons. They're all the fucking same, right? And that tells you it's just a mindset, right? It's a mindset. You're in a bad environment, right? If you're thinking that you can't do something, it's the environment. And the greatest environment that you need to work on is the environment of your mind, the environment of your thoughts, the environment of your emotions. Some of that stuff you really need to embrace. So where does it come from? And unfortunately, it's very difficult when you have to embrace thoughts that are not your own, meaning they were programmed into you, right? From your caregivers, from your lineage, from your ancestors. And they're all limiting beliefs. They're all things that keep you held back instead of setting you free. Because if you truly want to set yourself free, you got to disconnect from that. You got to sit there and write down, what do you believe? And when you read that, you say, what do you believe about healthy nutrition? What is it to define what is being healthy to you? It's really surprising that a lot of this shit is not what you truly believe. And even if you want, you can edit the fuck out of your definitions. And you can have your own definitions. No shit, man. I had to have a really tough conversation with my own mother the other day, right? And it has a lot to do with the fact that throughout 22, I had to create some distance between me and my mom. But I can tell you, I'll tell you this story, how it becomes a healthy situation where I know that I have grown tremendously. Is in the past, when you want to create separation with people, or when I wanted to, right? A lot of times we'll create conflict, right? So then that way we get into a fight or an argument and then we don't talk to each other. And now it's an old habit. That didn't play out this last time. This last time I was able to come with a lot of humility, clarity, and being very assertive to say, hey, I love you. I care about you. But I need some space in our relationship. I need to go off and do some things, right? That's gonna seem like I'm not being close to you. That's gonna seem like I'm not checking in with you. And I'm doing it for my own good. I'm doing it for the best, for what's most important to me. And it's been tough because there's still the critical parent inside of my mind and inside of her heart that continues to come out, as if me not reaching out, me not connecting with her enough is me abandoning her, me not loving her, me not caring about her. And none of that could be farther from the truth, right? But it's just like the alcoholic. When I wanted to get sober, right, 10 years ago, I had to distance myself from other alcoholics, other people that want to go out and party, right? And there's no way I would have found sobriety by continuing to do the same things on the weekends, hanging out on happy hour, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, kicking back with all my friends that were big time drinkers, right? I caught a lot of flack from them. Same thing with my mom, right? And the thing is, in this season, I can still come to her and say, I love you, I care about you. If you need to talk to me, if you need to engage with me, reach out. I'll always try and answer the phone. I'll always connect. But at the end of the day, I've had to create that distance because I'm having to reprogram some deep programs inside of me. Things that you learn as a child within the context of the environment that you were raised in. And a lot of us don't want to go down this path of true self-examination because it can be seen as very judgmental, right? But there's no judgment, because first you have to say, these are my, right, habits. This is my personality. You need to know the origin of it, right? You need to know, okay, did it come from your caregivers, your mom, your dad, your uncles, your grandparents? Who did it come from? When was the first time you really felt this way or thought this way, right? And it's a very difficult thing to create that space in a healthy way, not create it in a toxic way where you create a conflict and then you just have fallout, right? I have created the space in a healthy way where I said, look, I love you, I care about you, I need this space. Because with this space, I'm going to be able to truly redefine who I am. I'm going to reprogram my thoughts, my nature, the things I do. And unfortunately, not everybody gets to go along that journey with ourselves. And it's been a challenging journey. Last year was incredibly challenging. It was incredibly prosperous, rewarding because I accepted challenges that maybe in the past I would have shrunk from. I would have avoided. I would have rather stayed complacent or lazy or just, numb, right? Numb to potential, numb to the opportunities, right? But I've known that my whole life I've always had opportunities flowing through my mind, creativity, big ideas. And I haven't always acted on them, but I'm doing that now. I'm acting on these ideas. I'm breathing life into these big, big, big motherfucking ideas in my head. And it freaks a lot of people out, right? Both people that know me from my origin and people that have come new into my life that are very successful. Some of the ideas I have are even too big for them to comprehend. And that's how I know it's good. That's how I know it's true. And that's how I know it's me. Stand the fuck by, motherfuckers. 23 is going to be an incredible year. Whether you have gotten it started off to the right start or whether you're still trying to contemplate and figure out what are my goals? What are my dreams? What do I want out of life? That's a great place to be. Not everybody has to start January 1st with fucking, a list of fucking goals for 365 days a year. You don't have to be there. You just need to realize that today is the opportunity for you to make a difference in your life, for you to switch up, I just can't do it, to I'm going to give myself a chance. I could do it. I'm willing to try it. I'm opening myself up to trying something new, right? New in 22 was the mantra, but that don't go away. Because every day, if you can try something new, give yourself an opportunity to change your patterns, change your habits that are burning the time, that you don't get to have back, right? Today is the day. Today is the day that you can actually start to eat healthy. Today is the day you can actually get in some solid exercise. Today is the day you can come up with a plan. You can write down some goals that are obtainable. Holding yourself accountable just for a week, right? Just to say for week 2, right? I'm going to only watch one fucking football game. If you look at last week, from last Saturday to this Saturday, if you've watched 10 fucking football games, holy shit. That's an average of 3 hours, right? That's a full-time fucking job sitting there watching football. Damn. Could you imagine what you could do if you invested that time in a side hustle? I mean, that's what we really have to look at and quantify, how our time is wasted and how valuable our time is. You can't have that time back. And just putting in a little bit of effort each and every day towards your goals, towards your dreams, towards something inside of you, you would be that much farther ahead, right? But if you're just wishing for the quick and easy because you're what? Waiting for something to happen, watching things happen, this ain't the program for you. Because here we make shit happen, motherfuckers, because you know the drill. Results kill excuses. It's all on me. Greg's out.